Hello and welcome back. It's time for us to take a book chat right now. And if you know me quite well from back in the day from radio, you know I'm all about the books. I'm always reading something interesting. And we have a very interesting piece right here today. It's called Darksand, and it's written by the one and only Jewel Fitila. And Darksand, just try and put that title into your head and try and think about what that could mean in a book. The cover is really interesting, and I'm really interested in finding out all about this very interesting guy. Welcome to the studio.
It's a pleasure. The pleasure being here.
All right. So from the profile here, it says that you're also a songwriter, a poet, and an artist.
Yes.
Okay. So you're an all-rounder. It's all about
my hand full.
So this is a science fiction piece.
Yes.
It's a novel?
Yes, it's a novel. It's first sci-fi novel written and published in Africa. The very first science fiction novel written and published in Africa.
Wow, so how long did it take you to put this together?
I wrote this, let's say, back then when I was in school. That was like 15 years ago. I just got published this year.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you.
It's been a long road.
Oh, yeah.
But for science fiction, it comes from a place of never being heard of before.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And, of course, imaginary locations, imaginary languages, imaginary concepts. So it took you quite a long time to put that together.
Yeah.
I have, okay, let me just take this piece here. You talk about a new species of trees taking over.
Yes.
And the continent of Africa being termed Darksand. So how did you put this whole concept together?
You know, the concept of the book majorly themes on some things that we ignore. Okay. But these things are actually taking place all around us. For instance, human being destroying the ecosystem, cutting down trees, not replacing it. You know, we do all these things, ignoring the consequence. Okay. In the book, I sell the idea that what if trees are more complex than we think? What if they can actually uproot themselves and walk around with their roots? What if they react more quickly? Like if you drive a nail through a tree, what if the tree reacts instantly? How dangerous is that going to be for humans? And that's what the story is all about. So there's what we call the Darksand effect. The Darksand effect is it comes in play once the ecosystem is affected, then the trees, natures react. And that's what gave birth to Darksand.
All right, so giving trees a personality, giving trees roles as soldiers, turning
as
the
conquerors.
As conquerors,
yes,
turning the world to a water world, essentially. I had this flashback to this movie, this Kevin Costner movie, Water World.
Water World.
Yes.
So people were now living on the sea.
Yes.
It actually happened in the book.
Yeah, so I got there, I got to that particular part. But the thing is, it is extreme to think about. Did you have any doubts whether people would find it believable or not?
You know, there are a lot of things that have taken place in the world that we actually find unbelievable at first. Okay. But later, you just have no choice than to think can really happen. Okay, look at this. Humans depend solely on plants to survive. But we don't have that in the conscious way we live, you know. More like, how can I wake up in the morning and think that I depend solely on plants to survive? But plants happen to be the only species of creatures that can feed themselves. Okay. Plants do not depend on any other animals to feed themselves. But we humans, other animals depend on plants to survive. Yeah. So take, for instance, the mammoth that was seen in Siberia. The mammoth was seen with plants in his mouth, and it was frozen to death. So scientists just came with postulation that it is possible that the temperature dropped to -0 degrees centigrade instantly and killed the mammoth while it was eaten. Yeah. But this book makes you think the other way. What if it was the plant that killed the mammoth?
Oh, wow.
Okay, see it the other way around. There are some plants today, once a giraffe is feeding on it, it begins to secrete poisonous enzymes
Yeah.
that will kill the giraffe if it does not stop to graze on it. So once this giraffe feels the taste, the change in taste of the leaves, it leaves the tree and goes to a different place altogether.
So I need you to talk to us about the green hunts.
Okay.
The green hunts as a concept, as an idea. How were you able to develop that character?
You know, first, we have to say it this way, like, plants are living things. But it's not something it's something we talk about passively because nobody has ever said a plant has slapped me before.
Okay. Sure.
Or maybe I've been attacked by a plant before.
Yeah.
But there are plants that can kill other living organisms.
Yeah. There
are plants that are carnivorous.
Yes, like the fly trap.
Yes. You know, and there are some plants that, you know, the way they look, some of them are just like monster in their formation and so many other things.
Maybe like a cactus.
Yes. So, they are just like every other plant, but with more enhanced personality, more enhanced characteristics that we don't think is possible in plants.
Okay.
They can move around, they can kill, they can...
We're rounding up on this now, but I wish there's still so much more to talk about when it comes to this book. But who do you expect will connect with this book the most? And do you believe you wrote it for Nigeria or the rest of the world?
Like I said, you know, saying that this is the first sci-fi novel written and published in Africa. And, you know, someone once asked me that Nigerian sci-fi, you know, you don't conclude when you have not presented something.
Okay.
You know, we're presenting and believing that there are a lot of people in Nigeria, in Africa, that have been looking for something like this.
True.
You know, in the book, we have a nation of black people with superpowers, you know. People want to see things like that on the screen. Yeah. People want to, you know, we're tired of seeing Thor, the white people, you know, superheroes. Want to have black superheroes.
All right.
And so I think a lot of people can connect with this.
I have to appreciate you so much, Jewel Fitila, for coming to talk to us about your piece called Darksand.
Darksand.
All right, then.